Yo, yo, yo. This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and this is another episode of The Composition. Oh, let me tell you, it is. Doing this 90-day challenge is very, very interesting because it is allowing me to. Whew, man. It's allowing me to really stick with, something consistently. One of the things that I was looking at, and this isn't going to be what this podcast is about, but just because this is what I'm reading, Atomic Habits, you definitely got to check it out. One of the things that I just want to say is there was a part that says that you want to standardize before you optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. So it's talking about like the 2 minute rule. Basically, most habits, it's like the habit is the entry point to the particular path, basically. And so a lot of times when it comes to improving, we want to jump to the whatchamacallit, and it's just all like, yo, you can't optimize what isn't created yet, what doesn't exist. But I just wanted to give that little nugget to y'all today. But what I really wanted to talk about is this intense energy. Do y'all feel it? Pretty much, it's been very, very interesting because, oh man, it's a lot of intense energy because we have the verdict for Breonna Taylor, and I might do a video on this, you know. And I want to make sure that I get some clarifications. I had, when I was talking about Lauren Chin and everything like that, you know, I'll say certain things like, the police, as far as like in America, it was originally started for da 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 da. And we have to, in reality, the actual slave patrol itself was created after there was these different policing things that was already in place in other states in America. We have to take into consideration, I don't know the full details as far as that, but I did read, this is on actual documents and stuff like that. As far as the slave patrol, South North Carolina, different things like that, and some of those practices adopting into what we see now. The fact still remains that this country literally was not built for was not it was built by people of color, not for people of color. People of color was here, and you have these people that felt like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I don't want to get into too much of that, but I want to explain the intensity that's going on. I just wanted to clarify, just in case somebody wanted to be like, well, police lived in the United, and just there's fact to it, but sometimes like the way I deliver it, um, but that's why you got to do your research. Like, I'll drop some nuggets, but if we're looking at what's going on with this intensity that's going on, because the verdict with Breonna Taylor was bullcrap, and the reason being, and they can say, I've seen several people talk about it, Ben Shapiro, there's certain people that I cannot stand how matter of fact they are, you know. It's not even like there's some, not as far as for what they're saying, but how they say it, in some case, how they say it as well, and that, I mean, that's my, personal thing, but the way that he was describing the verdict was just like, and the way he made her seem like she was juggling like two dudes and everything like that. The reality was they were there because they had suspicion that the person that was looking for was there. Now the person that they were looking for apparently was an ex. Like, that was very like that was there. She has a current person. So people like Ben Shapiro, you break up with someone, you get with someone else, you know, and not in that particular way, like, hop from one person to other or whatever, but just the way he was describing it. So here they come on a no knock warrant, and someone brought up the castle document or whatever, which is someone comes in your house and they don't say anything, then you're gonna get shot. Like I don't like, let's be matter of fact about that. Like people, and then the way that he would talk about as far as the protests and everything like that. I was looking at this one, I don't know if it, who what news station it was, but the news anchor was saying, he's just all like, yo, it's peaceful, and the only time that it even started to not get peaceful was because the National Guard or whatever was like blocking out of nowhere. He was just like, I don't know, like, what's forward. Even the other news person was just all like, well, what's there that they're trying to protect? And he's just like, I honestly don't know. They literally came out of nowhere and then just started like not allowing people to move forward. The assumption that the protests are going to equal something violent, the data doesn't show that. The data literally does not show that. So it's so funny that people like Ben Shapiro or Lauren Chin or anyone who sits up there and says that Black Lives Matter is some extremist group, basically people are pissed. And, when finding out what's going on, we have to take a look at the fact of what is coming up. And so on Bustle, because I'm super big into astrology, it says that the month of October starts off with a bang as the annual harvest moon takes place on Thursday, October 1st, and it's here to light up our inner fires and maybe start a little drama too. And I'd already see this, like, this is like the icing on the cake, but I was watching a video yesterday from a channel that I really like with two people that I thoroughly enjoy, two black brothers, super amazing. And like, it was weird, I had never seen it. Was just all like, what just happened? It was very intense, and it was just like a lot of just communicate. Like, the people in the comments were just all like, uh yeah, this is really awkward. But let's explain why that is. Well, the October 2020 full moon is the first of actually two full moons taking place in October, that will bookend the month with cosmic intensity, and this one falls in the headstrong and zealous sign of Aries. Everyone will feel the tension and passion of this luminary, but the October 2020 full moon will affect each sign in a unique way. So it breaks down and says that Aries, the cardinal fire sign that rules over our assertive self-interest, and the full moon here would be in direct opposition to the sun in Libra, which is its opposite, which is the sign that values peace and prioritize partnership, which is the complete opposite of Aries. Aries is just all like, yeah, I mean, this is what I think, and I mean, that's that. They're not. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying as far as the energy of Aries, that doesn't mean that the energy of Aries isn't caring. It's a very intense, and it can seem very self-directed, but ultimately, or it is for the masses. They say like Aries represents the first house of self, so you can understand the intensity of how can you really help, if you're not in the particular place within yourself. So with this particular alignment, it's making the tension of this lunation feel particularly personal, especially when it comes to our relationship dynamics. while the energy of the full moon in Aries will motivate you to boldly bring personal goals and independence to the forefront. Be sure to temper these competitive streaks with Libra season's diplomacy and sense of compromise. So there's been, I mean, I've felt it come up, like when I have certain conversations and I'll just be wanting to be like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Or like, just I don't know. But I have to, in my head, as I'm listening, I have to constantly tell myself like, don't cut this person off. Don't, say something that, you didn't think through. Like, just listen. Listen, listen. This doesn't mean to go over and just like bend over and take whatever. No. No, no. But understand, things are gonna be times 10, so you may think that you had a soft approach, but you punched a hole through the wall, so to speak. you know, um, what I think I'm going to do is, so I wanted to get this podcast out and just let y'all know, like, hey, we're gonna have to chill the fuck out. So make sure you get some CBD from me. Peace, y'all. No, just kidding. But no, definitely find ways, get out, walk, meditate, yoga, you know, take CBD, whether, just, if you're having problems with your partner, why don't you give them like a massage? Like let them feel that passion, let them feel that energy, you know. And if it's just you, just be a little bit more intense on self care, you know. Um, let's see, it's September 24th, so today the goal is to write down everything that I feel or that I need to do by the end of the year. In doing so, this is a fourth quarter, and let me tell you, in the middle of this pandemic and protests, it it definitely is difficult. Just the emotional toll and just the way that people talk is just so, it's so toxic. You know, it's it's very toxic. So I want to spread love. I want to spread truth and knowledge. So let's also not forget that we are going into the winter. So let's take preventative measures to make sure that we are healthy. Check out Colloidal Silver. There's a brother, Billy Carson, forbiddenknowledge.com. So that's the number 4, BIDDENKNOWLEDGE.com. Get you some Colloidal Silver. Get you some sea moss. Um, my friend's wife, home girl, amazing person, naturally MVPU. That's her Instagram handle. Get you some sea moss. She delivers her jar of sea moss contains 102 essential minerals. Get you some ginger. Boil it up. Add it into your waters every day. You know, let's do the best that we can. I know it's hard, but don't break. It's not a time to break. That's exactly what they want us to do. You understand how strong we are as a people to have to emotionally, physically, and mentally deal with this shit for centuries? Now, I want to bring up this point. Be very, very clear. These last couple of centuries is a very small portion of our history. So make sure that you dive into history and understand where you came from. If you're a person of color, if you're black, you didn't come. Your origin wasn't slaves. Don't get it twisted. Understand that the foundation for everything that we have right now, from the sciences, architecture, literature, mathematics, those came from people and originated from people that look like you. Religions, spirituality. Don't let, some of the darkest moments define who you are. You gotta look at this from a holistic view. Anyways, before I get off my soapbox, this is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction. If you support what it is that I do, please share this with, people. That's free 99. The only thing it costs you is your time. So I guess it's not necessarily free, but it's very much appreciated. And if you want to support me in other ways, check the link in the description. Go to my e-store, dabtro.com/shop. Check out my new single, Lift Us, on all major platforms. Quantum Containers is as well, but you can purchase the album directly. It comes to the money comes directly to me if you go to mrcomposition.bandcamp.com. Get that album and it'll go directly to me right then and there. Versus like on iTunes or on other things, I don't. People have bought albums on there, but shit, I haven't received the payout for it yet. So yeah, make sure that you take that time. Breathe. Alright, yeah. Follow me on Instagram at Graffiti to Mine. SON. Graffiti to Mine Son. Alright, yeah. This is Mr. Composition. Peace.